2, 3, 4. Everybody loves the things you do, from the way you talk to the way you move. Everybody here is watching you, 'cause you feel like home. You're like a dream come true. But if by chance you're here alone, can I have a moment before I go? 'Cause I've been by myself all night long, hoping you're someone I used to know. You look like a movie, you sound like a song. My God, this reminds me of when we were young. Let me photograph you in this light, in case it is the last time that we might be exactly where we were before we realized we were sad of getting old. It made us restless. It was just like a movie. It was just like a song. Hi guys, this is how to play the new Adele song. If we can get through it. So we have a capo 3rd fret to be able to play the chords that I'm showing you how to play in this song. The chord sequence is in the link in the description below. If you don't have a capo, you can still learn this song, but I'm going to demo it with it, and capos really aren't expensive, so if you're following my channel, I really advise you do go and get one. We're going to start off with our A minor chord, and our verse happens 4 times, and it's the same as the intro. This is the chord sequence for it. So we each of the top line chords happens for 2 beats, and it's just single strums for the majority of chords in this song. A minor for 2 beats, E minor for 2 beats, a full bar F chord if we can for 2 beats, and then a C/E chord, which is a C, but we're going to strum all 6 strings, leaving that thickest E string ringing out. Now, if you're not quite at the level to do the F bar chord yet, that's totally cool. You can do the easier F major 7, but we will need a F bar chord later in the song at the chorus. So if you can work on it, this is a great opportunity to do so. We then have the D minor chord, standard way of playing a D minor, back to a standard C. That is the intro, and it also happens 4 times, or repeats 4 times while Adele is singing for our verse as well. So to start us off, let's join in with this A minor chord now and get this first chord sequence. 2, 3, 4. A minor, E minor, an F chord, C/E, D minor, and then a C. So the D minor and the C chord are for a whole bar. Same again, A minor, E minor, F chord, C/E, D minor, and then a C chord. But from here, from that second time in the verse, we have a little rundown, which is C, C/B, then an A minor for the repetition. So that was a normal C chord, C/B, which is this chord, and then we're back into the verse. But by chance you're here alone, can I have a moment before I go? C, C/B, A minor, last part of the verse now, E minor, F, C/E, D minor, 2, 3, and then it's going to end on a G chord, I used to know, and that's the end of that verse section. So then we have You Look Like a Movie, and that's the bridge section. So this starts on an F bar chord for 2 beats, G major chord for 2 beats, E minor, then back to the F chord, same as that again, E minor, but this time end on the G chord. And that is where we're going to go to our chorus. Before we do, let's just go through that verse again. It is a little tricky. I'll go through it nice and slow and to a count. If you want to join in at home, please do. In 2, 3, you look like F chord to a G, E minor, F bar chord. My God, this reminds me. G chord of when we were young. And then we end on a G chord. And then we have our chorus. Chorus starts on a C chord, which lasts for 2 beats. We then have an E minor for 2 beats. F bar chord and a G. And that repeats twice. 2, 3. Let me C chord, E minor, F then to a G, same again. C chord, E minor, F then to a G. Totally different last 2 lines of the chorus. We're on the A minor chord. We were sad of getting a C/E then. And here's the really tricky bit. We're going to have an F bar chord to the F minor bar chord, where you just take your middle finger off of an F bar chord basically. So that's a normal F major, F minor, and that's on Made Us Restless. It made us restless. Even trickier change, I think, to a D minor chord, and then to a G to finish off. Now in the chord sequence in the description, the links that I've given you, there's an F chord between the D minor and the G. And there isn't that F chord in the song, so it was just like a movie, 2, 3. It's just like a song, 2, 3, 4. And that's it, that F chord shouldn't be there. And that essentially all happens twice. So there is an intro, it's just the same chords as the verse, played in the same way. And then you've got your verse, bridge, chorus, verse, bridge, chorus again, and then we have the middle 8 section, which I'm about to show you now. So this goes like this. When we were young, when we were young, when we were young. Every chord here is just strummed twice, and we start off on the A minor chord. To a C/G, which is this. It's a normal C chord. Move your 3rd finger up a string, and your little finger goes where your 3rd finger was, giving a G root note to our C chord. F bar chord, or that easier F major 7, remember, if you want to give your fingers a little bit of a rest. C/E, normal C chord, with the thickest E string ringing out. Very similar again, we have A minor, C chord, F bar chord, and then a G to an A flat chord, which we're just gonna, in this context, move this G chord up by 1 fret. Now, as long as that first finger that is muting that 5th string, this will be absolutely fine in context, because after this G chord and then the A flat, we're gonna go to the A minor chord. And that, as I say, will sound absolutely fine in context on its own. Sounds a bit jazz, but yeah, that's totally fine. So G chord, A flat, A minor, and then we're on the it's hard to win me back, everything just takes me back. Okay, so this is A minor, C/G again, quite similar. The F bar chord, C/E, but then we have an extra bit, the D minor, and a G, G/A flat. That bit happens again. Very similar again, just a slightly different ending. A minor, C/G, F, C/E, D minor, and then an ending on the G again. And that ending on the G always means that we're going back to the bridge, which is the section now. So it was just like a movie, it was just like a song. Okie dokie. But by far the most important sections of any song are the intro, first verse, bridge, and then the chorus. It's that first minute, minute and a half that's crucial. So let's go through that now, and once you've played along to me, you can whiz back to the start of this video and play along to my more up-to-speed demo because I counted you in at the start of this video. But let's play through this one together now. Just as a bit of a slower version to give you a bit more of a chance to get the chords in, and I'll shout out the sections and prompts as we go. Starting on your A minor chord, and we're going to go for that verse in 2, 3, 4. Everybody loves the F bar chord. C/E. I bet people don't love that F bar chord. D minor for longer, and then C also for a whole bar. Very similar again. A minor, E minor, F bar chord, C/E, D minor. You're like a dream come true. That little rundown. C, C/B, A minor into a verse, and you're here alone. C/E, D minor, 2, 3. Before I go, run down. C, C/B, A minor. I've been by myself all night long. C, hoping you're D minor, ending on a G, because we're going to a bridge. 2, 3. You look like a F bar chord. G, E minor, straight to an F. F, G, E minor, and G. And we're into a chorus now, ready for your C chord. 3, 4. Let me photograph E minor, F, then to a G. Same again, it's a C chord. E minor, F, then to a G. End of the verse, A minor, C/E, and then here we go, here's the tough part. We got an F chord, 2 F minor, take that middle finger off, D minor, and then end on that G, and that's the end of that first section of the song, that at the end, taking us from the start of the song to the end of the chorus. So hopefully with a little bit of practice, that's something that you guys can do. Thanks for checking out this video. I have got another video on how to play Adele's Hello, the first single off that album, and I'll be filming a couple more from this album as well in the coming days or weeks. So do check those out, and to do that you'll have to subscribe by clicking the link in the top corner or down below. And I do hope to see you again on this channel or in some of the other easy pop song videos that we've got on this channel. Thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourselves, and bye for now.